Have you ever wondered how much energy you can get from eating a certain kind of food? Say, an apple, for example? Well, first we have to consider how your body makes its energy. The cells in your body take in a molecule called glucose, and they turn that into their own form of energy, also known as ATP. Now back to our example of an apple. An apple on average will contain about 3.75 grams of glucose. When turned into molecules, that's over 13 sextillion molecules of glucose. 13 with 22 zeros after it. That's a crazy number. Now let's figure out how much energy your body can make with only one molecule of glucose.
The Citric Acid Cycle by Serena Lund. As previously stated, an apple will contain approximately 13 sextillion molecules of glucose on average. After the apple is digested, the molecules are absorbed and then distributed by the bloodstream, where they will come into contact with the cell. The cell will bring in the molecule, where it will then be broken by glycolysis into two pyruvate molecules. This is done in two phases. First, the investment phase, where 2 ATP are used to separate glucose, a 6-carbon molecule, into two molecules. Then the payoff phase, where 4 ATP are formed as those molecules are turned into pyruvate, a 3-carbon molecule. A total of 2 ATP are gained by this process. One of the pyruvate molecules will then be sent into the mitochondrion. This is done with the help of an active transport protein. Described here is the process by which pyruvate is converted into acetyl coenzyme A, the molecule which is needed for the citric acid cycle to begin. First, a carbon dioxide is lost to be eventually released during respiration. The remaining molecule has 2 carbons. Next, the extracted electrons from step 1 are taken to the electron transport chain to help make even more ATP. Finally, coenzyme A, a sulfur-containing enzyme, is unstably bonded to the remaining acetyl group as preparation for entering the citric acid cycle. Pictured here is the citric acid cycle. First, coenzyme A is released after the acetyl group is inserted into the citric acid cycle. Second, a water molecule is removed and then replaced to rearrange the molecule. Third, a carbon dioxide is removed for release by respiration and the compound is oxidized, sending electrons to the electron transport chain. Fourth, another carbon dioxide is removed for release by respiration and the compound is oxidized once more, sending more electrons to the electron transport chain. The remaining molecule is attached to coenzyme A. Fifth, coenzyme A is replaced by a phosphate group, which is then formed into ATP. Sixth, FAD removes 2 hydrogens to oxidize the molecule. Seventh, H2O is added to rearrange the molecule. In the 8th and final step, the molecule is oxidized once more, sending electrons to the electron transport chain and causing the remaining particles to revert back to their original form and starting the cycle once again with a different acetyl group. In conclusion, one molecule of glucose produces 4 ATP, not to mention the ATP also produced for the electron transport chain. That means with more than 13 sextillion molecules of glucose, our bodies create over 52 sextillion ATP for every cellular process that takes place in your body. This includes breathing, thinking, and physical activity.